talking about music marketing, okay? It's week 5. If you're not here and you're watching this later, girl, you gotta start coming, because I'm lonely over here. I'm lonely. I'm not afraid to say it, okay? I have no shame. I'm lonely. I'm doing this for y'all. And it would be great if you were here in person so that I could really help you specifically. You know what I mean? Okay, so today, I just wanted to talk about how... Oh, wait, let me turn off my music. And let me put my guitar down. I wanted to talk about some things. So we've talked a lot about how to get press, how to get playlists. But kind of around the 2 week to 1 month mark, you'll probably notice that stuff slows down, especially with press. Playlists are normally a little more lenient. Like, it doesn't matter how old music is to them most of the time, or, you know, maybe up to like 3 months or something. A lot of blogs, though, after a month, especially too, they're like, give me something new. You know, they have so many people sending them stuff. So to them, it's like, well, is an artist who's sending me a 2-month-old song, do they really have excitement from their fan base? Are they really going to click through to my blog? Are they going to bring me fans? Again, remember, every time someone is covering you, yes, they want to support you, but they also have to think about, okay, is this worth my time? Is this going to bring, you know, value back to my blog or my whatever, or, you know, pay the advertising bills that my company needs to pay to get me the ad revenue for the site that's going to pay me my bills. And by the way, everyone, those will probably just be like half an hour. So if you're not interested, just come back. Just come back then. Definitely by 4. Anyway, so yeah, you might start to notice you got a lot of press, you're pretty happy with what you did, but you're like, okay, how can I step this up even though, you know, people are starting to consider my music old? What can I do? So I wanted to show you just a few things. First off, we want to talk about sync licensing. Have you heard of sync licensing? Sync licensing is basically... Let me go to a site that I know, Apollo Music Store, I think it's called. Yes. Okay. So, sync licensing is basically when you license your music out to commercials, TV, movies, all of this stuff. So you can sign on with like a music licensing company to be able to make money off of your music. This is just an example of one called Apollo Music Store. I don't remember what artists they work with, but they have a good amount of like good artists. I forgot. They had like a few like very like flagship like A-list people. And I found out about them because they reached out to me for they wanted to sign one of my artists. And then another one, I mean, they're all over. So you just kind of want to like look up licensing companies all over. Marmoset Music, again, meticulously curated music for licensing. These are the people that you really want to start building relationships with. Find who is running these, find them on social media, connect with their business accounts, connect with everything, because they're not just gonna, is that Edge? What's that mean? They're not just gonna sign on anybody, and they're not even necessarily gonna answer your email or listen to your music compared to like what a blog would. A lot of times these music licensing companies, they're not interested in being pitched by outside artists. They're only interested in maybe if you have a direct connection, like for example, if I'm a PR person, and I have one of my other artists already on here, then they'd be more likely to say, hey, yeah, I liked that other artist that you worked with. Send me some more of yours. Or if it's like an artist who's on there, for example, I have a friend at a different licensing company, so I'm going to get her to write a referral for me to get my licensing with that company so that it's just in this huge database. And once you get affiliated with these companies, is that Edge? No, ew, it's Google Chrome. How dare you, Manuel? The heck? Hi, Steven. How are you doing? I'm just doing a little bit of the music marketing, Steven, and then we're going to do, and Manuel, and then we're going to do more music, playing music today. What was I saying? Yeah, but basically these you have to have some sort of connection to work with these companies. And if you do get affiliated with someone, they sign you on. First of all, you want to make sure you have a good music lawyer. You want to make sure you have someone who can look over this contract with you, because contracts are scary. Some of them will be like exclusive, aka saying like, you know, you can only work with us as your licensing company. You can't work with any others. Or there might be other stipulations that you need to know about so you don't break your contract and like get fined and then like die of debt, or just like shame or whatever. I don't know, get blacklisted. Um, and yeah, but again, there's thousands and thousands of tracks on these licensing companies. So even if you get on one of them, it doesn't necessarily mean you're automatically going to be getting in these. Oh, thank you so much, Pilgrim. Thank you. Thank you for the 5 bits. Hey, he the top bits. Hey, he the top bits for the month, weekday. Those are super cute, by the way. And thank you, Pilgrim. Thank you again. Girl, I get distracted so easily. But yeah, basically what I said. So that's why it is good to find multiple companies, see if you can do some non-exclusive deals, so you can branch out and team up with multiple people at once, so that way you have multiple places where people can follow you. Oh my god, Go Blueberry, hello, I didn't notice you follow over there. Thank you for the follow, baby. My name's Kisos. If you have any questions about anything, even if it's not related to anything I'm talking about today, but is music related, let me know, baby. I have a full collection of these episodes in my videos, so if you want to go back and check those out, you can. I should make that a command here. I don't know why I haven't. I will do that next time. Just crack your back. Ooh, Kevin always cracks his sternum. It's freaky. But yeah, so expand, do what you can. But licensing is how, I mean, if you think about it, how are most artists making their music today? It's shows and it's licensing. Because if you can get like a 30-second commercial, like have your music played for like 10 seconds, even if that 30-second commercial or something, girl, you can make thousands of dollars. So it's really important to kind of familiarize yourself with licensing, and seeing different ways that you can get involved and make connections with these people and start doing that. Yeah, I don't know. Your sternum is sensitive. Mine too. Like, I'm still numb here from surgery. I was just saying that the other day. And okay, so yes. So again, though, that's kind of a harder way to get your music into like TV commercials, things like that. So if you can't do it that way, what you can also do is simply go on your own. You can go rogue. You can find a lot of places that might have used a licensing company to find you, but you can beat them to the punch. You can cut out the middleman kind of thing. And you probably wouldn't be able to negotiate the same price, but you could negotiate something good. There are also these kind of like, I forgot what they're called. I didn't think of it until just now, or I would have looked it up to remind myself. But there are these sites where you can upload your music where it's more for like, instead of a commercial use, like literal commercial as in like business use, like movie, TV commercial, whatever, it's more like for perhaps a videographer who is like making a wedding video or something, and they're looking for music, or they're making like an ad for just their own like independent self-employed company and they want some music in the background. There's little companies like that. There are a lot less picky. You can upload your music to, and you can set your price of like, oh yeah, you can use it for like $50, $100, whatever like that. And again, that's probably a good use of your like money and value for your music, because if you think about it, a stream is giving you like half a penny. Rag good, thank you for the bits. Thank you for the bits. Ooh. It's probably a good use of your money, because if you're just getting streamed, you're getting what, half a penny? If you're getting bought, are you really going to have 40, 50 people buying your single? Probably not yet. And if you are, awesome. But why not make it so one person buying pays that 50, 100, 250, whatever. Is it letting you guys watch ad for bits again? Because it hasn't done that for me in so long. Oh, there it goes. All you have to do is donate 16 more bits, Pilgrim. A bit war on the smallest degree. But what I was saying is you can also look up these places on your own. So for example, here is a great website that just has, it's kind of like a YouTube but specifically for web series. It's called starable.com. I will show you right now. I have an account, but I don't know what it is, so I'm not going to log in. But it's basically just a huge database, huge database of web series. So you can go to these web series, you can find the people who made it, you can see if they're making a season 2 or whatever. You can be like, hey, I loved this, I saw this, I thought this was funny, or I thought it was really emotional, and here's why I think my music would fit great. Let's talk about it. We can negotiate from there, but just let me know if you think this is something you might be interested in. So you can literally make a huge database of web series to pitch, which is what I'm going to start working on next. for my own music because I've gotten a lot of press, I've gotten a lot of playlists, and I just want to start working on the next things. So for example, let's say A Whole New Irving. That's a web series that I worked with before. So let's say you want to find, you really liked it, and you're like, yo, I want to get my music in this web series. What do you do? How do you find the email? Girl, you can go here, you can check the about. Is it in there about? View email address. Boom. Right here. Okay. Not a boom yet. I had to verify. Boom. Info at Cool Jig Pictures. Cool. Awesome. Now you can email them and say, hey, are you guys working on a season 2? Just would love you to keep me, you know, in mind. If you couldn't find it there, then you go to their website. And look, it's at the bottom of the website. If you couldn't find it there, because for some reason some people want to hide their contact information, you can go to their Facebook. You can go to their Facebook. And you can go to the about. And you can scroll down. You can see, there it is. So it's really not that hard. It just takes time. It takes time to find these types of things, and it takes time to pitch them, craft the pitch. But once you have a pitch for yourself, which would be pretty similar to, you know, the pitches that we worked on earlier in the month when we started the series. Once you have that type of thing, it's, you know, you just kind of customize it a little bit. You don't need to write something totally new every time. You just customize the name of the web series, maybe why you liked it or why you think it'd be a good fit. You know, just basically you're customizing like 1-2 sentences tops. And staying on YouTube, but in a slightly different way. So one of my tracks got picked up by this channel called Loku, which is kind of like a YouTube radio station. I don't know if you guys have seen these. But it's kind of like a YouTube radio station where, you know, they have, what are the other big ones? Like Sir Chillicious, Mr. Suicide Sheep, like all these things where they upload your video. A lot of times they will ask for copyright, or not copyright, but ability to monetize. So you have to like allow them to use this track on their channel and give them like a specific permission. But it's just a good way to get your music, if not get new fans, because here's the thing. Let's be real and let's be honest. This video has 9,700 views, has 161 likes. I've been trying. I've been responding to people's comments. I've been trying. Interesting. That comment. I've been trying to interact with people and be like, hey, follow me, stuff like that. Hi, Ether. Oh, look at your bit badge. Oh my gosh. I don't think that quite showed up last time. Hello, how are you? I do little music marketing streams on Sundays, Ether. So I'm just going through some topics and then we'll be doing music, playing music. So again, like I was saying, it might not be the best way to necessarily get new fans, but it's still a way to, you know, up your Google rank. So for example, if we just search Kisos, let's see. Oh, it doesn't show up anymore. It used to be one of those first 3. Will it show up on this page? No. But still, if you go to videos, I bet it's there. It's not. Oh yeah, there it is. I'm surprised it's so low because it has so many views. I mean, it's not like super low, but I'm surprised it's not at the top. But anyway, still, even if it's not at the top, it's still something that even if you can't see it right now, it's all the search engine optimization stuff. So it's all going to link back to you and slowly push you up those ranks so that whenever anyone searches Kisos, maybe that video doesn't come up, but something of mine is more likely to come up because I just have this more powerful footprint between my social media link to that video link to my website link to my new music link to, you know, all these different things. So there's a lot of sites like that, and you can even see, here, let me go back to it one more time, actually. You can see, some of these are actually on Submit Hub, so you can find them through there, but a lot of them are not. So another way to find them is to simply go to the page and then go through here. Okay, most of these are not, you obviously wouldn't email Lil Wayne to post your song on his channel, but Cerebral Vibes, this channel is massive. So they might not necessarily take smaller artists, but take a look. See how big some of these people are. Who the heck is Trevor Daniel? I don't know. I'm assuming he's big. Most of these people are big. Billie Eilish, I don't know him. I don't know them. They're probably big. Who the hell is Trevor Daniel? See? But then also, that's another thing. I'm like, now I want to look up Trevor Daniel. I've never heard of him. But it's just the more opportunities you give people to find you, the better. Check New Melody. What's that? Is that another type of these things? 1.1 million. Ava Max. She's big now. Fletcher's big now. AJ Mitchell. I don't know if they're big. Anna Clendening. I've heard of her. Bulo. I've heard of her. Elena. But see, again, they're covering some smaller artists. They're more buzzing smaller artists. Like, definitely bigger than me. But it's something that you could look into for yourself. I mean, it wouldn't hurt. If you have good music, it's not going to hurt to reach out to these people. And what was I going to say next? I showed you that. Showed you that. I think that was kind of it. Right? Oh, I was also going to say, I mean, there's also a lot of like YouTube web series. So I did say Stareable earlier is a great database. It probably will save you a lot of work. Again, it's free to sign up, and then you can kind of just like, oh, I can do it from here. You can explore. You can see all of these. You can go by whatever type of thing. Oh, maybe gaming would be interested, even if my music isn't necessarily gaming music, but it's, I'm a gamer. So maybe they would have some connection to that. Maybe they would like me more, or I could just say, hey, I'm a gamer. It's just another thing that you can bring up. Or look, that said LGBT right here. So it can be like, hey, I talk about guys, like guy on guy action. It wouldn't necessarily fit anything like every show because some of them might be like more lesbian oriented or whatever, but it's something. So again, those are just some big ways to oh, I wasn't showing you guys. All shows, LGBT, 153. They have 2,000 shows on here though, 2,000. And a lot of them, it's not their first season. So you can negotiate something with these people to, put your music in their shows. What was I going to say? Yeah, I mean, that's kind of it. Like, just because the press might not be responding anymore, or the playlist might not be responding anymore, or you just hit up all the playlists, and you don't really know, you're kind of over it or whatever, maybe you're just kind of tired of putting in that work. There's other ways you can stretch your music out and get credited for things. And, the more stuff you have on your resume, the better. Let's say you, for example, found 10 or 15 of these web series. That's probably a lot, but you found like 10 or 15 of these web series to put your music in their thing. First of all, a lot of these web series are going to film festivals. So then your music's going to be at a film festival. Bitch, what if that film wins? What if the web series wins a festival? The fuck? Then you can say that you're part of an award-winning soundtrack. Hello? And then that gives you a lot more leverage when you're going to like a licensing company, because you can say, hey, I've been in these 10 web series, these few won awards, and this one actually won like best of show at whatever. So again, those are just different ways to think of it. And I don't know if there's anyone here that has any questions, but if you do, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to double check my guitar's in tune and we'll do some music. Also, girl, I've been talking so much on social media about people buying plays. I just keep seeing it more and more and more. It's crazy to me. I can understand. I said this on Instagram. Like, I think there's a big difference between buying plays or buying a playlist, like buying into some like business where it's like over and over and over, you're just paying to be on this playlist of who knows if they're real or fake, versus if it's like kind of an application fee in a way, or if it's like, an individual person who runs a playlist and they're like, bitch, I'm tired of putting on all these artists for free. They keep hitting me up. So I'm gonna charge you like $10. If I like it, then I'll put it on, but you gotta pay a little thing for my time. To me, that makes more sense. It feels less dirty. But there's other times it's just like, it feels gross if you're literally paying like $50 to get on this playlist for like 5,000 listens or like exposure to these potential fans. Mostly because the ones where you're paying like that type of thing, no problem, Raga. The ones where you're paying that type of thing are the ones that aren't going to give you any followers or new fans. They're going to stream it once through that playlist, or it might be fake, and then they're done. Versus those people who, you might pay a little bit of money, but they are, running their own playlists. They're trying to grow it themselves. And it's not really like a business for them. It's more just like something that, they enjoy working with indie artists, but they're like, I'm not going to put 4,000 people on my playlist because then my playlist is dead. So I gotta, charge a little bit to weed out some people. That feels more like mutual support in a way versus like, and again, that's what I was going to say. I lost my train of thought for a little bit. Like those playlists are more genuine because it's not like, I don't know, a lot of times, I won't say anyone can get on the ones that you just pay for, but it's just not necessarily the most cohesive. It might not really have a theme. It's like people aren't searching for that type of playlist versus like, for example, an Afrobeats playlist that you're paying to get on, or like paying to apply to, if we say it like that. That might have a specific theme. But then if it's just like my favorites, but it has like 50,000 followers and it's getting like 5,000 listeners, that seems good. That seems great, but it's also a little fishy when you have like 10 playlists that are all like 50,000 followers. They're all getting all these plays, and it's just like, I don't know. I just don't trust a lot of these people. Maybe they're legit, but you just got to be careful and be wary of, if it's worth it to you, go ahead. Because there is a legit correlation between, paying for that type of stuff sometimes and getting on Spotify official playlist. But I just say do a lot of research and make sure it's what you want to do instead of, all of a sudden showing up with hundreds of thousand listeners and streams, but actually like 20 fans. Because people will notice that. I will notice that. Surprisingly, a lot of people won't. A lot of important people won't. But I will. Like, bitch. There was this guy, if you're in music and like follow social media, maybe you saw it. But his name was Threaten. He's like a metal artist from the US, I think. And he made this whole like fake social media account with engagement and likes and stuff. It was all bot though. And like tour videos that somehow convinced people that he was legit, because it would show like video of like a huge crowd of people and then like cut back to him on stage, but you never saw like him in the crowd at the same time. Like it was just basically he fabricated this whole lie and tricked backing bands, venues, and just everyone across like multiple countries. And I'm just like, bitch, you will be found out, but you might not be punished. A lot of major label artists do this for their artists too. I mean, major labels do this for their artists. But anyway, okay, ladies. That will conclude our music marketing for this week. Just a cute little tidbit week. Lately, I'm just kind of coming up with the topics during the week of things that I like think of or I see other artists talking about. So again, if you're watching this after, hit me up on Instagram or Twitter or Twitch or Discord or anywhere with any questions you have, and I'll answer them next week. Yeah. Also, come. I'll see you at 3 p.m. next week on Sunday. Okay, bye.